Just to give you some project background, unfortunately, when the city and the redevelopment agency signed the land disposition agreement for the 95-7 project with Spinnaker, and I think this was around 2006, the city gave away the land and all rights to Crescent Street south of I-95, Pine Street Extension, and the northern portion of Putnam Avenue. This effectively made West Avenue the only way in and out of South Norwalk without going up and around and through the Golden Hill area. 95-7 was supposed to have a private road through their site that was going to connect to Crescent Street that would have public access, but this was not required to do so by the LDA. The Commission has been aware since that time that there would eventually be pressure to expand a portion of Crescent Street from 1 lane to 2 lanes as it nears the Route 7 and 995 overpasses whenever the 95-7 site is finally developed. Because the Danbury train line is on the other side of the road, Metro North has said it isn't feasible to move the tracks. As such, then Historical Commission Chair David Park contacted the State Archaeologist's Office and arranged a ground-penetrating radar survey to determine if there were any signs of disturbance in the soil that could indicate unmarked graves along the wall, which were subsequently indicated by the survey that was done. Due to the recession and the failure of the 95-7 project, no further action was done until last year when GGP submitted their application to construct the Sono collection on the 95-7 site. The GGP has submitted their plans to zoning without any expansion of the road. That is what's before zoning now. The road will only be used for truck access to and from the Sono collection's loading docks, and it will remain 1 lane as currently planned. And currently it is not planned to be open to the public. I met with GGP and I told them that the Commission would consider an expansion into the cemetery as long as it was limited in scope and had significant public benefit. And further, I defined significant public benefit as follows. Number 1, GGP would fund a ground-penetrating radar survey and archaeological test digs to determine what is actually there before the Commission can make a decision. 2, GGP would connect Crescent Street to North Water Street and open it for public use at all times. 3, GGP would provide a garage entrance and exit to the Sono collection from the new street. 4, GGP would pay for the archaeological excavation costs, including permits and the relocation and reburial of any remains found to another part of the cemetery, along with appropriate markers, should the Commission decide that this is the appropriate course of action. 5, GGP would restore the original roadways within the cemetery and relocate the portion of the Narber Valley Trail to run through the cemetery instead of through Devon's Place Playground. 6, GGP would fund the remaining professional conservation work on 80 tombstones within the cemetery. And 7, GGP would provide funding of additional landscape improvements and for the development and implementation of interpretive signage throughout the cemetery. GGP has indicated that they are willing to meet all of these conditions. On that basis, I brought the terms of the proposal to the full Commission. The Commission voted at our last regular meeting at the end of March to hold this public information session to seek public comment prior to considering any action. That is how we got to where we are today.